What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Wiley Show. If you want to meet Wiley in person, we will be in Las Vegas in October from the 6th through the 9th in 2023. This will be our official Las Vegas meet and greet. We already have the hotel we're going to be staying at. We have some where we're going to be doing, going to the club, doing a lot of things, going out to eat, having fun. So if you want to attend, you want to meet me, it's just hanging out with Wiley, right? For that weekend. We went out last year with Vegas. We're doing it this year. You can just go to Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. And you can definitely join us in Las Vegas. Okay. I'm just super excited. So make sure you go check us out. Email me directly to that email, WileyShowProductions at gmail.com. We will let you know the host hotel. We will let you know about the party bus. We will let you know the concert that we're going to be attending and everything else in between. So I can't wait to see y'all in Las Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So welcome to another episode of the Wiley Show. I'm just excited to be here because I had people moving and shaking and stuff. But we first going to get into Jaguar Wright's son. Then, of course, we're going to get into some court documents with Dr. Larry Reid, breaking news, some court documents because Larry lied and painted this false narrative about Levantre, okay, brother Levantre, all right? So we're going to be talking about that as well. So let us get into the whole thing with Jaguar, right? Y'all do know she's in a psych hospital with and her son finally came out and did an exclusive interview. And her son said, my mom is possessed by demons. My mom never acted like this. My mom acted like this because of Solar. And because of Solar put something on my mom, and I never seen my mom like that. She's just so possessed. I'm like, bruh, have a seat. Let Wiley educate you on about your mom. Because obviously, when she came to your grandmother's house, she almost had a breakdown when she came to your grandmother's home, when she brought the phone all up in there, acting weird, trying to fight your grandmother, which would be her former mother-in-law. So we have always seen Jaguar acting crazy, acting out of whack, acting all that. We've seen that. And this has been well documented. I went today, right, Paul? We went over to TashaKLive.com and we saw the Surviving Jaguar Wright, the documentary. In episode 3, you see that she tried to physically attack her mother-in-law and the mother-in-law had to call the cops. So let's not act like we didn't see this behavior. If she is possessed by demons, she needs some medication so all them demons can go to sleep. So if she is possessed by demons, we did a prayer call today. Shout out to the people in my Patreon and on my members. We was really talking about the sex demon. We were talking about the sex demon. So at the end of the day, you have to be careful who you go in the bedroom with. People don't understand when you get in the bedroom with somebody, you get inclined with them. They go inside you. They caress you. Be careful what seed is being planted in you, because not only you get their DNA, you get part of their spirit, part of their attitude, part of their, anger, part of their anxiety. You take on to their energy. So if she is possessed, it wasn't nothing but that Solar stinking homeless pain. That's what it was. It wasn't nothing but that homeless bumps. He got a couple of bumps because you got a couple of musty pain that went inside her and got her all wackety whack. And then when he put it in there, and see, when you let a man go down on you, he put a spell on it. I talked to a guy right there, he was a witch. And he would tell me, he said, Wiley, when I go down on her, I put a spell on the yoni. I will put a spell on it and have her doing all type of things. And I saw her one day, she was meowing like a cat. Every time she would come in the room, one of my good friend, he was a witch, and she was like, meow, meow, like a cat. Like she really thought she was a cat. Here she is regular, was in school. She was at Kennedy King College. trying to get her degree, but she dealt with my friend was a witch. He went down on her, and now she started meowing like a cat, and now she's somewhere in some homeless or something in somebody's mental institution. So you have to be careful who you allow to be inside you. But I want to speak to the husband's shame. I'm talking today, and I know y'all don't like this type of teaching. The husband's supposed to protect the wife. You are your wife's first line of defense. You don't allow no trifling, low down, homeless, coming from a cult invade your union as a marriage. So that husband's supposed to say, wait a minute, I stand against it. I am against this. I'm not going to allow you to insert yourself inside, into this union. If you ain't got no place to go on over there to a homeless shelter. Go on over there to a church or go to jail or something, but you can't come here. And so that would got her all wacky whack. And so I was talking to a couple of people in the industry. They're happy. They said, we glad that she ain't on the internet. Maybe she'll get some help that she needed. And I saw all of the YouTubers literally pimp this woman for clicks and views so much. Not one of them sent a donation. Not one of them joined my prayer call. We invited all the bloggers because I wanted to do a prayer call with all of the bloggers. And we wanted to go in prayer. And none of them responded for the prayer call. And so when they brought her son to be interviewed, knowing her son is not aware of the spiritual battles that his mother is dealing with. And now they're trying to use the son and pimp him out for clicks and views. So today I reached out to the son's real father. Yes, I reached out to Mr. Sam. I said, brother, you need to protect your son because his stepfather is trying to pimp him for clicks and views. You need to protect your son because his stepfather is trying to invite him on other platforms for clicks and views and for cash apps. Protect your son. Don't allow him around a man that got issues and problems in his mindset. He's not in no condition to be over somebody. He needs somebody to watch over him. So if he couldn't watch over his wife, there's no way in God's green earth that he could protect his stepchild. He shouldn't be on no YouTube channel doing no interview. They're using that for clout. It's for clout and for clicks and views and for their YouTube check. So I personally reached out to the father. I said, if you love your son, you should say and put a stop to it because they ain't going to do nothing but continue to pimp him out for clicks and views. That don't make no sense. He up there doing interviews. He ain't in no good headspace to do an interview. They pimped the Jaguar. Now they want to pimp out the son. I don't mind the husband because he's a grown man. Let him do what he got to do. But I told somebody today, they said, you think I should join that website? I said, no, whatever money you send them to that website, send it to the Cash App, send it to the Wiley Show. We're going to actually entertain you. You're going to get some real entertainment. You send it to that, you're sowing into a ground that is corrupt. I don't want to sow into a seed where a woman, she got all type of problems. She ain't on her medicine. Her husband got all type of issues. So don't sow into that seed. Sow into another seed that's actually prospering over here, that's actually doing things over here. And I don't care if they say, well, Wiley, her son is grown, but the father needs to stand up and say, no, don't talk to her, because that's still my baby. That's still my son. I don't think that he needs to be pimped out for clicks and views. And so I did reach out to the father, and he did see my message, and we're going to see how that's going to go. But to Jaguar, we send our prayers. We're praying and praying and praying. We're going to actually add Jaguar Wright to our press service. We're going to do another service, and we're going to pray for Jaguar Wright that God intervene, that God give her strength, that God get her back to her gift of singing, that God get her back to tell her story in a correct, proper, and professional way, and that she get to receive the financial blessings of her sharing her story, of her sharing her experience. But as of right now, all she needs is that medication. All she needs is that detox of that toxic energy. And when she come out of the hospital, you may see another Jaguar. But the only issue is when she come on out, she got to still take that medicine. All right, I can go on and on and on about Jaguar right now. We got to talk about Larry Reid, Tasha K, Levantre. Larry Reid, Tasha K, Levantre. So y'all already know Tasha K interviewed Levantre on TashaKLive.com. I actually got an email from a producer of her show, and she said over 500,000 people downloaded the app and tuned in to watch the commentary, to watch this particular interview. So I immediately went on a campaign. I immediately said, Larry Reid need to respond on Larry Reid Live podcast. Larry Reid Live need to respond on Larry Reid Facebook page. Larry Reid Live need to respond on Larry Reid YouTube page, on all type of pages out there, even Instagram. So I wasn't getting a response. So I reached out to Yolanda Adams. I reached out to Kurt Franklin. I reached out to BET. I reached out to the Christian Post. I reached out to Newberg, and I reached out in the DM and on Twitter to Pastor Jamal Bryant, because I want to know the details of this situation. I want to know the details of this situation, because if we don't break this situation down and talk about this in a good, forceful way, it will not be good. If we don't talk about this and really break it down in a good, forceful way, then we won't have the energy to really talk about it. So that's what I want to do. I'm breaking it down, talking about this, talking about the energy, talking about this story, talking about the situation, talking about this. Y'all need to like the like button, talking about all of this. Click the like button, all right? And we recording this, so if it frees up, we'll just restream it, all right? Okay, are we back? Okay. So we're recording this and we're restreaming it. So we have the court documents. So let's get into the press conference. The press conference that Larry Reid did, he went live. He said that people is lying on him. Okay, give me a second. I want to make sure we get what he said. We need y'all to like the video. All right, give me a second here. Larry Live did a video and he responded to these allegations. Okay, and it said Larry Reid addressed the hideous accusations, rumors, and lies. So he did this address, and he was addressing the accuser. And he was saying that people are lying. They're trying to get clout. They're trying to use my platform. They're trying to do shows on Sunday when I do shows on Sunday. They're trying to do all of these things. And knowing that I go live on a Sunday and they know that they're going to go live on a Sunday, all of this situation is going on. Then he proceeded to talk about and say it about Bishop Whitehead, that Bishop Whitehead is behind this. And he said that Tasha K is behind this. And he also gave a shout out to Armand Wiggins. And then he also gave a shout out to his employee. And he was having this conversation. And I was hearing, I'm saying, he didn't really deny these allegations. And then he said, well, since she's making a coin off of this, I'm going to actually make a coin off of this as well. So his employee was cash apping people to go and watch his response on StreamYard. Okay, not StreamYard, on Patreon. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. On Patreon. So we went on Patreon and I wanted to see what would be the reaction going on Patreon. But before we went to the Patreon, he decided to diss Pastor Jamal Bryant and say that Pastor Jamal Bryant breath smell bad. And I'm like, what does it matter that Pastor Jamal Bryant breath smell bad? What does that matter? That shouldn't matter that his breath smell bad. And why would you say that you would give $1 million to Armand and to your employee? And I told you in order to buy me $2 million. And then he said, yeah, if I had $1 million, I would give it to Armand and I would give it to my employee. But you ain't bring your employee up in the press conference. You ain't bring your employee up. And Armand Wiggins, he super chatted, and I reached out to him. He too busy in that small stuff studio. Got a little 4 walls, small and stuff. How he gonna fit somebody in that studio? And if he try to interview Lizzo, ain't nowhere in the world he gonna fit Lizzo in that little bitty studio. But he super chatted Larry Reid $50 because Larry Reid said something. I did something in the bread basket. So Armand reached out and said, well, what is a bread basket? $50. Okay. I guess he was in that small stuff studio. So they having this conversation. And I'm hearing this. I'm like, when is he going to address these allegations and all of this stuff? So I go over to the Patreon, one of my producers, that we have many all around the world. So I go over to the Patreon and I sit down and I drink my little water and I take my notes. And so Larry Reid is talking and he said, Sir Marco, don't cry. He's backstage crying. Then Larry Reid decided to wipe. He pretended like he was crying. Oh, don't do me like that. I'm like, crying for what? What are you crying for? I don't see any tears. Where are your tears? Where are your tears? Only thing I see you is I'm crying. Where are your tears? And we didn't even see Sir Marco crying. Like, who are you trying to present? And I said, most of the women following him are church women that all they want to be around the pastor. And he's trying to, pander to that with that emotional type of breakdown. I didn't shed a tear. So I'm listening to him talk. He's trying to talk about a timeline when he, quote unquote, the victim is lying about their age, that they wasn't 15 or 14 years old, and that he posted a whole breakdown on the screen of when the actually year of them actually being friends, of them actually knowing each other. He broke it down with Levantre and Andrew's date of birth, October 1990. He wrote that 2004, he was 14 with the first interview with a blogger. And he claimed he was N-word at an address. Then he said in 2005, he was 15 in the second interview in 2022 with Bishop Whitehead. He claimed that he was N-word at this address in North Carolina. In 2006, he said he was 16, and the place he alleged his allegations was built in 2006 in October by Larry Reid, and as shown in Wake County. But then he said in 2007, he said he was 17. This is the year that the breakthrough moved the church to Raleigh, North Carolina. Then he's talking about 2008, he was 18. So he was trying to present a timeline of when this situation happened. Then he get to 2009, he said he was 19, and Larry Reid moved back into an address out there that I'm not going to name the address. Then 2020, he was 20. In 2010, Levantre was kicked out of the facility, facilitated by Vincent Hill, while Larry Reid was in the London, UK. Months later, Levantre accused Larry Reid of N-wording him, and his mother pleaded for his return. Okay, and Shamarko facilitated his return during his along with his wife in November 2010. So I'm hearing all of this stuff. The main thing that I want to hear about, what about the lawsuit? You post a timeline. You own Patreon with your wife, and her head is look like she didn't even want to be there. Her head is like this, like she's so drained that she don't even want to be there because she know the truth. She know you did something, allegedly. And I'm like, what about the lawsuit? Then I'm hearing Shamarko, he started to drag. And then first, Larry Reid started to drag Levantre and said that Levantre was funky, that he smelled bad. Then he said the rest of his family smelled bad. He started to drag Levantre. Then they were talking about the mother. It was talking about how Levantre stole the mother car, trying to attack the man character. And I'm listening to this, and it just don't make sense because Larry still are not addressing this matter about taking a lie detector test or suing Levantre or suing Tasha for that matter. But we have the court documents. We have the documents here. And before we get to the court document, I'm going to make sure I read all my notes in my phone that we have written down in our phone here. I want to make sure we read all my notes here before we get into it. Okay? Google and move. It is hot in here because hold on, y'all. It is hot in here today. Glory, glory. Because I have Pacer. All right. But I want to read these notes, okay? The video starts with a family member and him discussing his own SA. He did this to garner sympathy off of the rip from the people watching. Next, he builds a narrative to take down a black man of three people. Jamal Bryant. This is like my review of this. I want to make sure I give you a review of this press conference. Jamal Bryant, Tasha K, Bishop Whitehead. Larry claims they have united to dethrone him over jealousy and money. And this is a clear manipulation, but he's trying to paint a picture. He keeps referring to victims as disgruntled ex, himself as a nice guy who was trying to help people but got used. Manipulation. That's manipulation right there. He also said he tells his audience that Tasha K and company are working together to attack them and attack his audience. That's manipulation. That's just to make his followers feel they're being attacked too. That's psychiatrical manipulation. Every gospel artist, according to Larry, are in cahoots with Tasha to take him down. He's making it seem like his followers are rich, and that is a lie. Because I was one of his followers, and I'm not rich. They're broke, giving him their last dime. I ain't giving my last dime. I gave him $12.99, but I'm not rich. He's pulling in others to vouch for his credibility, but none of those people were in the bedroom when he violated his victims, allegedly. How can they vouch for him when they didn't witness the crime? He does admit he made contact with the victim at 17 years old. 17 is a minor. Larry Reid then gossips about Jamal messy baby mama situation. Where do pastors do that at? Larry did character assassination on Pastor Jamal Bryant, Bishop Whitehead, and Tasha K. He ran down each of the reasons people shouldn't believe those people because of their own drama. More manipulation. He's also doing character assassination on the victim's mother, blaming her. Larry sees a lot of money to package himself up well, but being all fancy marketing is a predator that hides behind those shades he always wearing. Larry did character assassination on Pastor Jamal Bryant and Bishop Whitehead and Tasha K. He ran down each of the reasons people shouldn't believe those people because of their own drama. More manipulation. Larry is good at what he does. He should have been a lawyer. He knows how to create reasonable doubt in the minds of people watching him. But not once did he say, I'm innocent. I've never hurt nobody. So we hearing all of this stuff and all of this stuff going on, and the man still didn't refile the case. So I called Brother Ponder. I said, can you send me over the court documents? So before he sent me the court documents, I had a team member reach out and we were able to find the court documents. What court documents are you talking about? What court case are you talking about? We're talking about the court case between Larry Reid and Levante. All right? Between them two, Larry Reid and Levante. So I'm going to read you all this complaint that he sent to the court. And this is Levante's words. I'm going to read his words. We're going to release all of this to the members and Patreon, but you're going to hear my voice. Sit on down because we got some reading to do. He says, statement of the nature of the matter before the court. This is a case about bullying and intimidation using the federal court. On October 13, 2020, the plaintiffs Larry D. Reid and Larry D. Live LLC plaintiff filed this civil action against me, defendant Levante Andrews. The defendant or me, plaintiff Larry D. Reid, Mr. Reid is an online personality who earn a good creating good gossip on social media platform. Mr. Reid may take credit for destroying many homes and churches via his gossip. Mr. Reid online platform is run through his company plate of Larry Reid Live, LLC, LRL. Upon information and belief, Mr. Reid is the sole member of LRL. Mr. Reid abused me as a teenager. This is Levontre, and this is a complaint in court. Using his spiritual rule to lure me into homosexual contact and acts with him when he was my pastor and spiritual mentor. Thankfully, I was able to escape Mr. Reid and I. Okay? And I'm called on to speak the truth about the interactions between Mr. Reid and I, in which I deem as abuse. Okay? So I want to read this statement before I get into these court documents, okay? Before I get into all of these court documents, okay? I'm going to read this statement really quickly, okay? On October 13th, 2022, Larry Reid filed a lawsuit in North Carolina federal court accusing Levontre of defamation for telling lies about abusing him at 15. Larry Reid went on Armand Wiggins' channel 2 months ago and said that he dismissed the lawsuit over a jurisdiction issue. However, I found out that that is not entirely true. According to court documents that I have here today, and we're reading, Levontre actually accepted service and responded to Larry's lawsuit complaint with a 26-page response detailing his sexual abuse at the hands of Larry Reid. And instead of moving forward with the lawsuit, Larry dismissed it. Now, why would he file a lawsuit claims he's innocent, then turn around and file a dismissal? When he moved forward with the lawsuit, because clearly Levontre was ready to go toe-to-toe with Larry in the courtroom, but instead, Larry filed a dismissal. Clearly, Larry thought he could use his money to legally intimidate Levontre into silence, but Levontre struck back with a 26-page response. So I'm going to read this response from the beginning all the way to 26 pages, all right? Somebody type in the chat a 26-page complaint. Let me read it from the beginning. We got to get into this complaint. This is a case about bullying and intimidation using the federal court on October 13, 2022. Plaintiff Larry D. Reid and Larry D. Reid Live, LLC, filed this civil action against me, defendant Levontre. Plaintiff Larry D. Reid is an online personality who earns a good creating good gossip on social media platform. Mr. Reid may take credit for destroying many homes and churches via his gossip. Mr. Reid online platform is run through his company, Plaintiff Larry Reid Live, LRL. Upon information and belief, Mr. Reid is a sole member of LRL. Mr. Reid abused me as a teenager, using his spiritual role to lure me into homosexual contact and acts with him when he was my pastor and spiritual mentor. Thankfully, I was able to escape Mr. Reid's deviant lifestyle and moved on. However, at times, Mr. Reid lies about the past, and I'm called on to speak the truth about the interactions between Mr. Reid and I, which I deemed as abuse. Admittedly, Mr. Reid makes a lot of money from gossip and has a huge following. When the truth interferes with his brand, he uses his resources to intimidate. Here, Mr. Reid caused a national stir when he suggested that Bishop Whitehead stages a robbery of his own church in Brooklyn, New York. As a result, Bishop Whitehead began to criticize Mr. Reid for his lies and sued him for $20 million. Bishop Whitehead looked into Mr. Reid's past and discovered me and my story. Bishop Whitehead interviewed me. I spoke my truth. Now Reid seeks to silence me. Okay, the statements of facts. Mr. Reid is an individual or a national person. Mr. Reid is a resident of the state of Georgia. Mr. Reid and all that. Okay, that's all that way there yet. Let me get more into this complaint. Okay. Okay, I want to make sure this. Okay, let me read this. Okay, so y'all heard those complaints. Now it gets to claim for release, pleading that the states a claim for the relief must contain a short, plain statement of the grounds for the court jurisdiction. So let me read down. Okay, so provides representation to the court by presenting to the court and pleading written motion or the paper, whether by signing or filing or submitting or later advocating in an attorney or unrepresented party, certifies that to the best of the person's knowledge, information, and belief, formed after inquiry are reasonable under the circumstances. Okay, let me scroll down here and let me get more up to this T. Okay, that's that court genre and court stuff, but I want to make sure that we read all of the complaint that Levantre was saying that Larry Reid did. So let me scroll down. Let me scroll down here. We're definitely, this is my first time actually looking and diving, and all these court documents would be released on via our Patreon and via our members. Each member, I would email you all 26 pages of this complaint, all 26 pages, because they talk about other cases. We're not gonna read all that legal genre, all of that, not at all. Okay, so I'm just scrolling down, looking at it, and this is the complaint that with the accuser wrote to Larry Reid, 26 pages, and they got a lot of legal genre about different penal codes and different cases and all of that stuff that is in here. So I'm just scrolling down and seeing that we have all of the stuff that need to be said. And like I said, all of these court documents will be released via our Patreon, via our members only. All members, I would email you these court documents directly, and you could just read all of it in your, when you get time to read it. But when I can say that Larry Reid gave us a lie and said that, oh, it's because of jurisdiction, all because of this. But no, he dropped this case because he didn't think that this accuser allegedly would respond with a 26-page response to his complaint, because Larry Reid filed the lawsuit and he didn't think that Levantre was going to respond. In fact, Levantre did respond. When I talked to Larry Reid, he said, Wiley, it was because it was filed in the wrong jurisdiction. That's why I had to drop it, because we didn't file it in the right one. That is the reason why we did all of this stuff. That's the reason why we dropped all of it, because of that. And we will refile it. So in this complaint, it talk about everything. It talk about the different courts, about the different laws, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, give me a second. I want to make sure we got all his complaint in there. Okay, they're talking about this, because a lot of these cases y'all don't know. I just want to get to like the Larry Reid and the case, like, because this is like literally a 26 page stuff about all the court documents about defamation, all of that stuff. None of the plaintiffs' alleged statements amount of defamation of any form. Plaintiffs failed to analyze the statement with any of the elements of defamation, including but not limited to defamation and slander. Mr. Reid has in the public admitted to homosexual conduct, same-sex conduct. As a matter of fact, in one public interview of Zoe Ministry, Mr. Reid, in response to the discussion about molestation, he coined the act as exploitation. Notwithstanding the foregoing Black Laws Dictionary edition defining molestation, one, harassment of someone, the act of making unwanted indecent advances in or someone for sexual gratification. No one, by the definition, any of the alleged statement quoted by Mr. Reid is his complaint criminal in nature, otherwise defamatory. Furthermore, as a limited public figure, alleged absolutely no facts to discriminate. I ain't gonna talk about that. Discriminate. Okay. The statements were also made to neglect on actual malice, considering the forgery the plaintiff alleged claims by defamation and slander per as much dismissed Okay, so pretty much what that's saying, what I'm getting, that Larry Reid couldn't really prove his case about that he's been defamed. So this is what is in these court documents, and we will release these court documents to the public, and you all will be able to see that. They said plaintiff failed to demonstrate the defendant published anything. Actually, plaintiffs appeared to concede to the pleadings that is a third party published the alleged defamatory statement causing damage to plaintiff. Therefore, a plaintiff cannot afford full relief without joining the person who actually alleged the damage plaintiff reputation and injury to him. However, the plaintiff failed to join said third party or parties. According to the plaintiff's complaint, should be dismissed for failure joins required party. Based on the complaint, there's no basis for federal jurisdiction. Further, the evidence before the court shows no diversity of citizenship. And so it just broke all that stuff down. And I want to say this, and I want to say this clearly. If what Levantre is saying is a lie, if he is lying, sue him. If Tasha K is lying on Larry Reid, sue. Stop telling these church women that believe in God, believe in you, and you lying to them. I don't care if you brought your wife. I don't care if you brought Shamarco. I don't care if you brought Vincent. I don't care if you brought the dog. I don't care if you brought whomever. If they're lying on you, Larry Reid, sue them. Let's open up the files. Let's go into files. Let's go into the court. Let's stand in front of the judge. Let's do these things, because if you believe if this is defamatory and lies, you should sue. Go ahead and sue. If you really believe it's lies, sue. Don't be lying to them people and saying you a prophet and that reason why you broke because you ain't joined my ministry. Everybody in your ministry ain't rich. Stop lying to these people. I was in your ministry for 3-4 years. I ain't no millionaire, so stop lying to these people. Pretending like they give you $3,000 that they gonna become rich. Stop lying. Take your $3,000, open up you a little business, sell some t-shirts, go sell you some hot wings and hot dogs, and get you a business off the ground. You ain't gotta send no $3,000 to Larry Reid because that'll help you spiritually to grow financially. That is a scam. You better wake up. You better use that money to go help yourself. You giving that money to him, and he's providing for 15, 60 people. They eating good. You at home with your kids eating Vienna sausage and pork and beans. You can't even take your kids to go see the new Black Panther. You can't even go see, so they have to literally can't even go see Black Panther because you gave Larry Reid all your money because you want to be blessed. What you doing? You are given in a place and it's not producing any good return. A good person that is in the stock market, they're not going to keep investing in the stock that they ain't making no return. Stop doing that. You take care of your house first. A good prophet will tell you to take care of your house first, to take care of your kids first. Because if your kids go down, your house go down, you can't take care of the house of God. Take care of your house first. And if you have something extra to give to the man of God, do that. But don't you dare give him money first before you pay your light bill, before you pay your gas bill, before you pay your rent. Because they going to take all that money you give them, they going to pay their light bill, they going to pay their rent, they going to pay their car note. Stop giving it to these ministries. You driving you a 4-door beat up Ford, hardly no tires. You need you some brakes. You need you an oil change. You need some gas. And your pastor driving a good BMW with a gold chain and singing Jesus can work it out. Stop singing that song, Jesus can work it out, because Jesus didn't work it out. Sister Johnson worked that out. Brother Robinson worked that out. Brother Wiley worked that out. Jesus didn't work that out because we gave to you. You said Jesus can work, and you tried to right past her. She standing on the bus stop with her kids. Come on, somebody. So wake up, people. Give to your house first. Type that in the chat. Give to your house first. Take care of your house first. And whatever you have left, give it to the man of God. Give it to your church. But if your bills is off, how can you serve the Lord and you in the dark with no food, hungry? No, God don't want you to be like that. God wants y'all to use common sense. He gave everybody in this chat a mind, meaning a mind for you can think for yourself. Give to your house first before you give to the house of God. Because if your house crumble, there's no way you can take care of God's house. You can't even be a bishop until you do right in the house. The requirements of a bishop. You got to be a good husband, a good provider in your house. God don't even want you to be a bishop and your house is out of whack. So God deals in order. Giving it to Larry Reid, he went gold chains, bragging about how much money he got, living in mansion, got places everywhere. You still in the line trying to apply for Section 8. You still in the line trying to apply for food stamps. You in the line in the pantry for some food because you didn't give your church all your money. And if I was that social worker, I would say denied. Denied. You ain't getting none of this. Denied. Denied because you gave your breakthrough ministry all your money, so you go to breakthrough. Get up out of my line. They went all the gold, rich with servants, and you broke. You better wake up. And I know they don't like this type of teaching. This is real. We have a prayer called $4.99. We prayed and we didn't ask nobody for not $1. Somebody said, Wiley, can you pray for me? My family member is dealing with anxiety. So we prayed for the brother. I didn't charge him. And if God led on his heart to give, he's going to give. But I'm not going to strong arm him, say, well, wait a minute, brother. I can't pray unless I get $500. That's a scam. That is a scam. When you sick, you supposed to call for the elders of the church. They don't supposed to charge you. I know I'm sweating up in here. I got my towel. I'm a preacher. I got my towel because I'm hot. Come on, somebody. Don't you give all your money to the church, all of it. They living good, you living broke. You don't give them everything. No. You got to refund. Make sure your kids eat first. God don't want your kids to struggle and be hungry because you're giving it to pastor. You say, pastor, well, pastor, I'm going to give, but I'm going to take care of my business first. Because God ordained me to take care of my house first. Somebody want to become a member. Don't worry. I see your comments. I'm going to drop that link right there for you. Wiley, I just don't understand. I ain't being blessed. I remember my grandmother and I, we was in all these, and my grandmother just had the tendency of just picking up anybody. So she picked up this lady, and she was sick. And she told my grandmother, the reason why I got cancer, the Rev told me the reason why I got cancer is because I didn't give no money. I said, oh my God, why would they say something like that? The reason why you got cancer because you didn't give a coin? Who would tell these? And they tell people that. It's churches that will embarrass you if you don't give. It's churches that will say your name, Brother Wiley, 0, Sister Johnson, 300, Brother Victor, 0, embarrassing you like that. I'm not going to no church you embarrass me because I didn't give. I may not have it to give. Don't embarrass me like that. Pimping the people out for coins so you can eat nice steaks and pay for chefs and all that type of stuff. I'm not doing that. No, absolutely not. I'm not doing it. No, sir. Not me. Embarrassing you in there, you crying because you couldn't give. Now they make you feel bad. If I have it, I give it. If I don't, I don't. Pastor, I just don't have it. I have to take care of my family first. And they should be understanding. Pray for me to get an idea to open up a business. But some people gonna still be gullible, and they still gonna give all they have, and they still gonna be broke. And that pastor still gonna have that bling bling and almost blind you with all that gold they wearing. Jesus, when he walked the earth, he didn't have on all that bling bling. Nowhere in the world Jesus could speak to the people and do parables with all that gold around him. He's trying to raise the dead, but he gonna have to give one of his disciples one of his gold chains because it's so heavy. He can't even raise Lazarus because he's wearing a heavy chain. Oh, wait a minute, Peter. Grab my chain before I pray. Or before he get there, he gonna say, well, I can't raise him up for the dead until you give me $3,000. No way. Thank you all about the tea for $50 said, preach. Don't make no sense. I can't call you right now. You ain't give nothing. Make no sense. Jesus fed the 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 pieces of fish. He didn't charge them people. They didn't have nothing. But some of these preachers today, oh, well, I'm going to have to ask the people to give. God wants you to give. But they ain't got nothing, preacher. You took it all. When are you giving back to the people? False prophets. If you sue me for that, I'll go right ahead. I'm going to stand on it with scripture. Because that's what you be, all that bling, bling, bling. You can't talk about Bishop Whitehead, Larry Reid, and Bishop Whitehead can't talk about you. Because both of y'all in the same boat, mistreating the poor. He went bling, bling in a ghetto church, broke church, with dangling ceilings. Broke ghetto church with no security, no type of quality, raggedy. And you got a nice mansion and wearing gold chains, but the house of God looked like a shack. That don't make no sense. I'm not sitting in no church and the pastor got on jewelry that can pay my rent up for 6 months. I'm in a raggedy piece of paper. I see mices, they ain't doing a praise rate. They praising God. The mices and the roaches, they in there shouting, speaking in tongues. You thinking the church is shouting because they feel the spirit? No, they running away from them roaches that's crawling on the floor. And them rats that's running. They ain't in the spirit. Them some rats rolling on Missionary Washington. Larry and Bishop Whitehead, both of them need to get on the altar and repent. This is rough teaching, but I have to tell it. I don't like when people mistreat the poor. That's it. I ain't gonna preach to you long. We gonna preach on Sunday. And then you're gonna call people. That's why you're poor. That's why you're poor. Yeah, they poor. Take off that gold chain and give to them. They poor. Take off that gold chain, sir. Now, I'm not saying your pastor don't supposed to live good. I'm not saying they supposed to be ragged and poor and living in a little shack. No. But I think it is the way that you're supposed to do things. Not every time you open your mouth, it's always give, money. Most of these preachers that you follow, like Larry Reid Live, all they talk about, give me money, $3,000, $200, 1111, 6666, 6969, 4545. Every day is about money. Every day. They don't teach you about Lazarus raising from the dead. They don't teach you about Peter walking the water. They don't teach you about Martha being there for Jesus. They don't teach you about Jesus was crucified. It's always, give me 66, 77. We're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to open the phone line because I'm Doug. I go on and on and on about this because I believe it's wrong. And I believe it's not right. And I believe that we should talk about this and expose this out here in these YouTube streets. Thank you. We have 1,600 people in the chat. We're gonna open up the phone lines, but I just have to say that. And most of the people they prey on is poor Black women. Because it's a lot of poor Black women that always trying to reach a higher calling. And they get around these false prophets that suck them dry spiritually, suck them dry emotionally. And they prey on them because women are emotional. We're going to open up the phone lines. And Larry Reid filed that lawsuit so we can talk about it. Till then, stop talking. That little press conference you gave was all over the. You could have kept that press conference. That live you did with your ex-wife, got her up there with that low quality, didn't have no mic, sounded bad. Got Sir Marco in between two women, in between them, looked like they. I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but having them on camera, looked like they were so uncomfortable. None of them was in the room when this alleged situation happened. Low quad, can't even hardly hear her. Look like she's somewhere in a battlefield, in a bunker somewhere. His quality all good, but hers sound like she's in a bunker. And she gonna say, well, I don't understand why he would attend the ministry when he stayed in the ministry, because just because he stayed in the ministry does not say that he did not get abused by the pastor. It's plenty of people that stay in ministry once they get abused and they don't leave, and it take God to move them. Because it's different type of abuse. And so, yes, Levantre's story, he deserved to be heard. I talked to somebody today, and we're going to get into another episode, but I said he deserved to be heard. If anything else, he deserved to be heard. Now, we're going to open up the phone lines. Hope the phone lines work. Sorry, we had a little technical issues earlier. We will restream this so it'll be more clear if there's any issue. So the number is 972. I don't know if it's going to work, you guys, because I probably have to turn my other devices off. So if you are calling in, we ask that you do not use profanity. Please don't. No profanity. And if you want to talk about the subject, you can go right ahead. We want to, because I have things to do. Okay. Wow. 1.6 in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, G. That's what we prayed for. We had an amazing press service. Did we, members? We had an amazing press service today. It was so great. Look how God moved. And I didn't have to cash app God. I just prayed. And if you do right, people going to give. You ain't got a strong arm them. They're going to give freely because God want a free offering, meaning that I don't want it to be strong or armed to be. I don't want it to be forced. I want you to give freely. So we prayed. We had a prayer. And look how God done. So I'm going to drop the StreamYard as well because I don't know if the phone line is going to work. Okay? So, oh, yeah, because it ain't work because it's connected to, hold on one second. Let me turn my other device off. Let me turn my other device off. Because it's gonna do the other thing. Let me turn my other device off. All right, it's gonna do that. All right, so we have opened up the StreamYard so you all to be able to call in as well. All right, so I don't know if it'll work, you guys. Y'all have to just do the StreamYard today. Good, because I didn't want no long, lengthy show today. So hit the StreamYard. All right, go ahead.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Listen, it's just an unfortunate event that's occurring right now. It's just more of the same, and they're just Larry Reid and Pasha Whitehead, um, Bishop Whitehead. Sorry, they're just putting a bad name on the church. Like there's already this sense of like be careful around the church because it's been told that a lot of these church are false prophets and they take advantage of the poor and the people who are not secure in their mind and their money. So it's just more of the same. And my thing is with Larry, why are you bringing up Jamal? Ain't no worry about Jamal except hot box Giselle. Like stop. Ain't nobody worrying about him. You just deflecting. And this is my problem. You still refuse to tell what really happened, what's been going on. You keep just deflecting, bringing up other pastors, bringing up other incidents for what? It's just deflecting. It's just not a good look. And I'm still waiting for you to sue those accusers, but you ain't going to do it. I don't know if the man's guilty, but it's just very fishy around him. And he needs to stop associating with him with the church because it's not just a bad look on him, but it's a bad look on the church for even allowing this man to become a pastor or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you need to stop, you need to gather up, you need to get your bearings and sue these people. That's it. If you're innocent, if you're guilty, then oh well, you're gonna get sued, whatever. You're gonna go to jail and you gotta serve your time and justice will be served. And that's what I say why. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Okay, we're gonna go to somebody else backstage. I like what he did. He got to his points. He got in, got out. That's what I love. All right. Okay, we're gonna go somewhere else. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I just want to say that it's clear to me now that there is validity to this story about Larry Reid. And I mean, you can't say anything otherwise because Larry has yet to deny. He has yet to prove that it didn't happen. The mere fact that he's not saying I never did this did not happen tells me a lot. Also, to these young men that he allegedly did this to, you guys need to go file a police report. If you're not gonna file a police report or take any legal action, what is the point of you keep going on platforms talking about this? Because you're potentially leaving Larry Reid open to do this to other people. So if you are really genuine and being traumatized about this and not wanting him to keep doing this, then take legal action. Don't wait on Larry Reid. You do it yourself. Because if he in fact did these things to you guys, he should be behind bars and be protecting other people from this potentially happening to them. So I don't want to just hear the victims out here talking if they're not gonna take legal action, because it's not doing any good to go platform to platform talking about something, but yet and still you're not willing to go and put it on the line to take legal action or file a police report.
And a police report was filed and the lawsuit. People forget. I just read the complaint. Larry sued Levantre. Levantre responded with a 26-page response, and Larry dropped the case. These are facts. And
Yeah, I heard
this is going to be sent to the Patreon. This is going to be sent to the members only. That literally had the case. He sued. And Levantre responded with a 26-page response, and Larry Reid dropped the case. Thank you. I'm gonna go to the next caller. Thank you. Okay, because we getting in. Okay. Hi.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
I'm hot, ready. I don't know what. I think. Oh yeah, I had my heat on, and I did it by accident. I should have turned it off. And I
You
was.
know, Wiley, I'm gonna be honest. I was not a fan of yours in the beginning, just due to various things.
Yeah.
But you won me over. You won me over. And all I want to say is, not everybody is lying on Larry Reid.
Wow.
Not everybody is lying on him. He's disgusting, and him and that boy over there with that Party City wig on are lovers. I don't care what nobody say.
I,
That's all I want to say, though.
I want to ask you a question. What won you over, like, for you to support the show?
Your truth. I
Yeah.
like how you was unbiased and you just put out nothing but the truth. Your integrity.
Thank you so very much for that support. Wow, thank you so very much. And I know you subscribe, correct?
Yes, I did.
And become a member because we do a prep call. We have great conversations over there. It's only $4.99. It ain't like $12.99 like some of these other people. And we ain't gonna ask you for $355 per month and everything like that. So if you want to join, you can. But thank you, man.
Thank you for having me on.
All right, thank you so very much. Okay, I'm gonna drop the StreamYard link again. So if you want to come on, you can. The phone lines is definitely not working. I probably have to call people back. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let me call people back then. We'll do that, and let me know if y'all can hear. All right, I just call people back since it's not letting me take on the show. Make sure y'all share this live, screen record. We're at 6. Welcome to.
Hey, Wiley.
Welcome.
Oh, Wiley, this is a triggering topic that we talking about, and I'm so glad you covered it. And to the question of the last caller, they come here for the mess, but they stay for Wiley. You keep it 100, so we love you, Wiley.
Yes.
The one thing that stood out to me in the interview was that Tasha K said, or I'm sorry, the victim said his mother was looking for a father figure.
Yes.
And it's just so sad. It's just sad. You know, you really got to be careful with your kids. You can't be desperate. And it's hard because you're single, you know, half the time, no support. But your kids is all you got. You got to protect them. And the last thing I want to mention is I don't like that Tasha K ended on talking about her own RA situation.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like she was trying to gauge people in to pick her side. So, but that was all I got. Thank you, Wally, for taking my call.
I want to say this. I agree. I understand why Tasha is talking about her trauma that she experienced because it helped her develop a conversation and make the victim, Levantre, feel welcome. So I can understand that. Thank you, ma'am. A lot of stuff in her background. That background should start talking to me. Okay, I think we got okay, let me go to this caller. Okay, it ain't letting me call people. I have to call people back on with that. So we're gonna call you back. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. Good night. First of all, Wiley's almost at 30,000 subscribers. So please, 1,600 of you watching, 100 more. Please subscribe to the Wiley Show. He's putting a lot of work. Okay? Thank you. Now, Wiley, the part for me that was triggering was, why are you offering a 15-year-old a gay test? That is crazy.
You said what?
Who does that?
You offer a what?
He was offering, part of the interview was, Larry Reid was, according to the accuser, was offering him a gay test.
Oh.
Testing him to see if he's gay at 15. That is crazy. Who does that? Like, why would a pastor be doing that if you were there as his mentor? Also, I want to say this. Larry Reid, 3 years ago, bullied a lot of small YouTubers. When Daryl Moore came out with this story, he sent many cease and desist letters to a lot of tiny YouTube pages. Then he decided, okay, this is out. Daryl Moore is talking about it. So let me befriend the bigger bloggers. You all have to open your eyes. Let that wisdom, okay? Let that wisdom sink in. So he befriended Amon. He befriended because CTV was no longer enough because he did not have a lot of views. That's why he had to come to you, Wiley, to your Two Men and a Lady show to even get clout while he's talking nonsense now about you. Okay? He needed you back in the day. I don't forget. I watch everything. Now, so now, Amon, if you had any sense in your head, you would disassociate with Larry Reid because he's only using you. And Wiley, he will not sue because he knows that they're telling the truth. However, all of this is his karma. He thought befriending Tasha K and befriending the bigger YouTubers, he would be safe. But this is his karma for trying to intimidate and bully the other smaller YouTubers years ago. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you so very much for that. Wow. Make sure y'all tag me on Instagram right now. It's 15 of y'all. Tag me on Instagram at Wiley Show. Tag me in your story because this is a independent operation, right? Independent operation. We're going to go back to the phone lines. We're going to call you back because the phone is not ringing. So I'm just going to call you back, okay? So we're going to go to this caller. Oh, we already got that caller. Nope. We already got that caller. Okay. Okay, let me go to this one. All right. So if you call in, I will definitely call you back. Okay. We are live. We are live. Okay. We are live. We are live. Make sure you share this live. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Wiley, yeah, I StreamYard, so already.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Okay. Wow. Anybody else? Let me drop the link. People have to understand. I want to say this on the record, right, Paul? I do want to say this on the record. People is not taking this story seriously. Number one, because Larry Reid, he super chats and cash ups a lot of money. Not enough for me. But for some people, I talked to a brother today. He said he cashed out me. He super chatted me $500, and he said, "quote It made me feel real. It was weird that he super chatted me that, and he's only doing that for you could be silent and not talk about it." Let me break this down. It was a blogger. Her and her husband, they do YouTube together, and she got a super chat from Brother Jason. So having Brother Jason super chat, she started to change her commentary. So that is how that is. And so that's how all that goes and all that. Because like on tomorrow, interviewing Cardi, we're going to be reviewing Cardi B and all that type of stuff. But when Jason came down to her, he super chatted her and her whole mindset changed. She was just team Jason. And I'll call that spirit out. Says, sister, that ain't what you really believe, but you change up your spirit because he super chatted. I provoked her. That lady woke up in the middle of the night saying, I'm going to sue Wiley. And the people said, I'm going to sue. Never did. Here we go. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. Hello.
Hello, is this Wiley?
Yes, mute me in the back. Mute me in the back. You ready? Okay, I gotta let you go. You ain't ready. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. This is my first time calling in. I'm enjoying the show. I just want to really say that I was introduced to Larry Reid, just minding my business on YouTube, and I noticed how he started talking about a lot of churches. That's why I heard about the accusations about William Murphy and Pastor Dewey and so many other men and women of God. And I just want to remind the viewers that we serve a just God. We serve a righteous God. He does not wink at sin. So while you're exposing one person, you too will be exposed. And so I do not revere him as a man of God, because a true Christian knows the content and the character of another Christian. Jesus says you know the tree by the fruit it bears. And if you just listen to the commentary and listen to how he explains the Bible, if you know the word for yourself, you know that he is for the culture and not for the kingdom. So I'm not surprised that he's being exposed, because God is a righteous God. You cannot hide from the things you've done. So thank you so much for letting me call in and speak.
Thank you so very much for that, sister. You said it all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Are you subscribed? Okay. I was like, she's subscribed. Okay, we got our sis back. Okay, I want to make sure we got everybody because somebody had called in. I think we got everybody. All right, I think somebody is backstage that want to say something. Oh, my sis. Okay, hey, sis, you back. Go ahead. You had something on your mind? Go ahead.
I just want to say this to any YouTuber out there that has a channel. If you know you have skeletons in your closet, you might want to get off of YouTube, because eventually it is going to come out. Whatever bad deeds that you did, somebody is going to dig them up and expose you. So when y'all come on YouTube and y'all do these channels, you might want to think about that, because I guarantee you Larry Reid didn't really think about what he was doing when he started his channel. No, with all the things we're finding out about Larry Reid, Larry should never have started a church nor a YouTube channel. And Wiley, I know you talked a little bit about Jaguar, right? And I wish you do that in another show, because it's a lot of stuff that's coming up about that too, because this Larry Reid story is huge right now, and it's too big to mix it with something else. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say.
All right. Well, thank you so very much, sister, for
Bye-bye.
calling back. Okay. All right, who is it? Go ahead, Brother Larry. You got me on mute, brother. All right. Couture, go ahead.
Hey, Wiley. Hey, to the producers.
Hey. Go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know, Wiley, I'm so glad you're on Team Truth. I've been wondering for a long time. I've been looking, I don't really side-eye you too much, but I was like, really, Wiley, you really gonna stand with Larry? And then you saw the interview for yourself. And for those who didn't really get to see everything we saw, baby, I stand with the victims. And it wasn't because this man popped out and he's looking for clout. He showed his face. We went from the voice recording to a actual sit down interview. So I'm here for that. I hope you hit 30,000. I'm claiming it now. You're going to reach it tonight, if not tonight, in the morning. And keep doing what you're doing, Wiley, and never be bought. Never be bought. And if they want to buy you out, ask for $1.2 billion.
That's about, you already know. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Couture, babe. Thank you for the love and the support.
You're welcome. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, if you call it in, you got to call back. Gosh, what is going on with this system today? That's because I didn't really do a test run. Usually I test it before I do it. Let me drop the link in here. I know somebody actually were sending and becoming members. Thank you to the new members. We got the prayer call on there. So anybody that want to go hear the prayer call, it is on Patreon. It is on the YouTube. So the members. So the prayer call is on there. So if anybody want to go and check that out, you're more than welcome. Okay, there we go. I can call this number back. Okay, I want to call this number back because somebody called in.
Hello?
Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. Welcome to the Wiley Show. Hello?
Hello?
Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, how are you?
Doing good.
I'm so proud of you, Wiley.
Thank you.
But can you do me one favor?
Yeah.
Remember you used to show them videos of your grandmother and her stockings at the church? Can you put that up there?
You said what?
Remember you used to put your from your church days when you used to record in the church?
Oh.
You used to show your grandmother's stockings?
Oh.
Please put that back up there, Wiley. That was so funny, you acting up in church. But I just want to say I'm proud of you. You speaking the truth. You speaking what we all felt, but we were just taught and bred not to say it. So we've been going along with what these, the pastors saying. They get in your mind, they change what in the core of your heart is wrong. But then they tug at you and make you feel like you're wrong and they're right. So I want to praise you and thank you for speaking what we all think, but we kind of get nervous to go against the grain.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
You're more than welcome. Have a blessed one,
All right,
Riley.
you too. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. You got
You're more
me?
than welcome. Have a blessed one.
Can you turn me down the back? Okay, I gotta let you go. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley.
Welcome to the Wiley Show.
This is my.
All right, because you're trying to call in and troll. Come on now, get it together. All right, who else is ready to call in? All that. Hi, Riley. You trying to troll? Call in, get to the point. Talk regular. Oh man, make sure your background is clear. All right, you live on the Wiley Show.
Yes, Wiley.
Yeah.
Hi. This is my first time calling, and I was listening to all the conversations about Larry Reid, and it's just awful the way that he's been using the church as a front for his dastardly deeds. I was listening to his conversation on 9/20/22 when he was speaking with King Jive, and he basically admitted, because he asked King Jive whether he was a topper, whatever that means. Was that mean that gay that he was gay and he was the topper? Now, when I went back to read the transcripts on it, it skipped over that, but he said it out of his mouth between marker 39.47 and 39.53, where he asked King Jive whether he was a topper. So that's all I want
What
to
that
say.
mother? What did he say? He's a topper or a popper?
Topper, Topper.
A topper. Oh, he's a top.
Yes, that's what he said. He was a top. And that's on 9/20 when him and King Jive was talking about Whitehead, Bishop Whitehead. Is that the name of the man?
Yes, that's the name
who
of the
was
man.
giving him grief,
Yes,
suing
man.
them for $20 million.
Yes, man.
Yeah, and they were saying that they should get together, and Larry Reid said, "Well, I don't know. Both of us are tops, you know." And I'm like, and the man like, "Oh, whoa, hold up." So anyway, if you go back and check that out on that 9/20 video between him and King Jive, and it's at marker 39.47 and 39.53. It's in between that where he asked him whether he was a top, because he said he was a top.
All right, brother. All right, thank you, brother. Thank you so very much, brother, for calling in.
Okay, thank you for answering.
No problem. Oh man, I hung up on her. I thought it was a fake voice. That's mother. Please forgive me. Man, I thought that was mother. Okay. All right, that's her voice. That's how she talk. Oh man. Oh man, that's how she talk. Man. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. All right. They ain't ready. I'm like, what? I didn't know. This is a live show. That's how it be. Okay. Thank everybody for their support, for showing up in the show today and giving their support. Thank you all so very much for the love, for y'all support. We're going to bring this show to a close. God bless you. Thank you. Got a couple of church announcements to make before we get up out of here. We will be, of course, we're going to announce about our Vegas meet and greet. If you want to meet me personally, we'll be in Vegas and the first weekend in October 6th through the 9th, 2023. We will email you the hotel where we're going to be at, and the hotel you could book a room. And that email address is WileyShowProductions@gmail.com. I'm going to post that on the screen. WileyShowProductions@gmail.com. Email me all your questions about Vegas, about the hotel, what we're going to be doing. We will communicate via email, and all of that information will be there. We want to see you there. Last year, it was a nice group of people. We came together. We had fun. We went to the restaurant. We went to the casino. We went out for drinks. We went to the club. We went to a drag show. And that's doing their gay pride as well. So we having that event October the 6th through the 9th, 2023. We're going to have a good time. I'm actually flying in on that Thursday. So to get get it started, to rest and do and to have a good time. So if you, like I said, if you do want to go to Vegas with us and meet me in person, Wiley Show at Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. Any questions, any booking information, all of that, you go to Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. All right. Thank you to my team for that beautiful flyer that they made. Also, if you want to be added to the text list, if you're not subscribed to the text list, you can be subscribed. You can text Wiley. This is how you never miss a notification ever. Text Wiley to WILEY in the text box to the number 888-534-4939. Okay. We are on Twitter at Wiley Show. We are on TikTok at Wiley Show. So make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram at Wiley Show. Make sure you tag me on Instagram in your videos, in your pictures, whatever video, whatever part was funny, tag me. I would love to see it. If you want to be a financial blessing to us, Cash App, $ Marquise Wiley 28. Thanks to those that already gave on today. Thank you so very much for being a blessing to our operation. We are independent. We're not backed by big dollars and gold chains and profits, American profits. We're not backed by that. So everything I am, I'm independent. So if you want to contribute to our broadcast, you can do so at $ Marquise Wiley 28. We also have a PayPal. If you have any questions, you can actually do that. For old school people that like to send money orders, you can send it to the P.O. Box 701122, Dallas, Texas 75370. That is P.O. Box 701122, Dallas, Texas 75370. If you definitely want to be a blessing. Thank you all so very much. Shout out to y'all for the members. Shout out to my moderators, all of y'all. Shout out to all the people in the chat. Thank you. I can't say it enough. Thank you. Wow, we almost on another level. We almost at 30,000, and this is like the highest view this year, 1,600. I believe that's the highest view that we have here, and it's awesome. And I thank you all for the support. Also, we've been nominated for an award. The voting, that's going to start the first week of February. We've been nominated for YouTuber of the Year, and that's definitely going to take place on April the 30th, 2023. So once the voting roll out, the first week in February, you all will be able to vote for us for YouTuber of the Year. We were nominated, and that award show will take place in April the 30th, 2023. So I'm super excited for the committee actually nominating us for an award. I thank them for their support, for nominating us, and I hope we win. We will win because y'all gonna vote for me. All right. Thank y'all so very much. We will resume and go back live on tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful day. Leave a comment and tell us how we did in the comments. I will see you all in the next video. God bless you and good night.